This is why billionaires are important to economies. So, we got Billie Eilish in the social media belly aching about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, all those billionaires that there should not be billionaires. Billionaires should give up all their money, and they should billionaires just should not exist. And so you got Billie Eilish out there doing whatever they're saying, just blah 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 blah. No billionaires, all that. I'm sure you've seen their posts about their hatred towards billionaires, and it's been said nobody hates a billionaire more than a millionaire. So there's that. But my take on the whole billionaire situation is billionaires are vital to economies because, first of all, ask yourself how many people do you employ? If the number is zero, I'm in that group. I employ zero people. If you ask yourself how many people do you employ, and how many people are depending on you being a wealthy person to be able to make their livelihood, what's that number? How many people do you employ? And between we'll pick Mark Zuckerberg and Musk, Elon Musk. So Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk combined, they employ about 2 million people combined. So you have 2 million people whose families and personal selves and everybody else depend on the survival of their family on Elon and Mark Zuckerberg being billionaires. So if these people just decided to one day wrap it up, sell everything, and decide to just I'm done. I've accomplished all my goals. I'm going to no longer do what I do, and I'm going to go retire on my island in Hawaii, and I am done. And then all those businesses would cease existing. All those 2 million people would become unemployed 2 million people, and then what are you going to do with 2 million extra people unemployed? So people don't consider things like that. You got to think a few steps in advance. You can't just be out there just blind wishing, blind hoping that the world would be this idyllic place, because it's not. That's not a realistic thought at all. And these 2 million people that Zuckerberg and Musk employ, they all are taxpayers. They all pay a lot of taxes. We would all probably all agree that they pay way too many taxes, that they're overtaxed and everything else. And I would totally agree with that. But people out here saying that tax the billionaires and the billionaires need to be taxed more heavily. I'm like, they're paying taxes through their 2 million employees who are paying a crap ton of taxes because of their 2 million employees. People don't consider that, extension of their wealth, that those 2 million employees wouldn't be paying taxes if it wasn't for Zuckerberg and Musk giving them a job to pay taxes with. So there's that. Do I think that there needs to be a smaller wage gap between the lowest level paid employee versus the highest level paid employee? Absolutely. I think that the gap between the lowest and highest paid employees is disgusting. That definitely needs to be a lot smaller of a gap. So I'm on board with definitely paying people what their actual value is. And so it's kind of maddening that people don't seem to have the ability to think outside the immediate box. There shouldn't be any billionaires. Ban all billionaires. No one should have $1 billion. All right, so but they fail to ask themselves the critical questions. How many people do you employ? How many people are dependent on their wages and the survival of their family upon you or me or whatever? Because I can guarantee you, 99.999% of everybody will be I employ zero people, so. And the funny thing is people like Billie Eilish, the people that own her record labels are billionaires. So she's kind of preaching to the choir and quite hypocritical in that, you know, she depends on billionaires to sign her paycheck to have her existence as Billie Eilish. You know, they wouldn't be Billie Eilish if it wasn't for billionaires. So the hypocrisy is fantastic. I love the hypocrisy. That just makes me laugh. Anyway, that's my take on billionaires. Should there be billionaires or not billionaires? I absolutely think there should be billionaires because this economy and the society we live in, as it is right now, could not exist without them. And so you're asking for the collapse of everything with the abolishment of billionaires. So careful what you wish for. You just might get it, and it might not be what you thought it was going to be. So with that, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.